This is Travis Zimmerman with the Daily Pulse from Speak My Word Ministries. We're in day 4 of a 10-day series on new, all things new. We're looking at a new year here, and today's episode again is about a new self. And the Apostle Paul talks about a new self in Ephesians chapter 4, verses 22 to 24. Listen as I share here. You were taught with regard to your former way of life to put off your old self, which is being corrupted by its deceitful desires, to be made new in the attitude of your minds, and to put on the new self, created to be like God in true righteousness and holiness. Ephesians chapter 4, verses 22 to 24. So I immediately, as I read this passage, think about New Year's resolutions. I'm going to do this. I'm going to stop eating so much candy, or I'm going to start exercising more. I'm going to stop gossiping, or I'm going to start insert habit here. And Suzanne and I kind of almost made a living on that for 9 years with 2x30, our accountability software. And as we know, the painful lesson of 9 years and some angst in there is that we don't like to do New Year's resolutions. But Paul is encouraging us here as we come to follow Christ. We are to put off that old self, that deceitful self that's corrupted, those sinful desires. That doesn't mean Christians won't ever sin, because if we don't sin, we're Jesus, and there's only one Jesus. He's King of Kings and Lord of Lords. We will sin. But that systemic, that habitual way of life, we're going to keep going back to adultery. We're going to keep going back to larceny. We're going to keep going back to lust. Those things, Paul's saying, put those behind, put those desires behind, and be made in the new attitude of your mind. He starts in the mind, and put on your new self, created to be like God. We are made in the image of God, and God is everything that is pure, that is holy, that is righteous, that is lovely. And in that new self, we reflect Jesus Christ. In your name, Father, amen.